episode 3 of Behind the Soul as told by homeowners. And this week we have our special guest, Miss Stacy Perry. Hey, Stacy. And I am so grateful to have Stacy to come and do this interview because she is going to be speaking from her and her family, her husband's experience of buying a brand new home. So I know a lot of people have questions about brand new construction homes. How can I get a brand new construction home? How much money I got to make? All this, all that. So we're just going to go into all that today with Miss Stacy. So again, thank you for agreeing
Well,
and dive right in. So thank you. Um, First question that I always like to ask guests is, how did you guys decide that you wanted to be homeowners?
well, once we looked at how much we were actually paying while renting a townhouse, we figured, why aren't we doing this for ourselves? So it kind of,
Mhm.
of course, and I was, my family was growing, and then, we just like, we needed more
Mhm.
space, and then it just was like, you know what, we need to start looking into buying a home. If we could pay somebody 1,200, 1,300, over $1,000 a month, and once you calculate that in a 3 years lease, just 3 years lease, just look at how much you're putting out, and you're not gaining anything from it. So that was one of the discussions that we actually had, and was
Right.
like, you know what, this, and be owners.
Right. And a lot of guests have said the same thing about not continuing to pay their landlord. They wanted to go ahead and start investing in themselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
how did you guys make that transition from having the conversation about look at all this money we're spending, we can be putting it into our own home? How did you guys make the transition from just having conversations to actually taking that first step?
Once we had the conversation and realized it over a time frame, it wasn't much to talk about. It was just like, you know what, we could be doing this for ourselves, and it was like, let's do it. And so we started working on our credit, getting our credit check, start working on our credit, figuring out what we need, paperwork. So that was one of our first starts, looking at our credit, seeing where we was at and what we needed to do. Then we got with a professional creditor, a credit repair company. From that point, it was history. We just agreed to do it.
Okay.
So
Okay. And
it
did
was
you guys talk to anyone to get you prepared to let you know like what you need to do in order to become
um,
homeowners? Or you guys just like, we know we need to work on our credit?
just our underwriter, because we pretty much, like me, I'm gonna look into things. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna look into things, and I'm gonna read up things as much as I can. And then also, coming from a banking background and dealing with a lot of finance, I knew, like, my husband, he was ready to leave his job, and just different things like that. And I was like, well, before you leave, we can buy a house, because the landlord we had, if we had a private owner, and like most people say, they have to the fifth to pay their rent. No, we didn't. They was on us. You had to pay on the first. After the first, you were considered late for them. And so it was,
Mm-hmm. Right.
you know, we was tired of doing it for them. We was like, let's just do it for us. So we made our decision, reached out to a creditor. It was kind of a speedy process. We didn't wait like, oh, let's wait another month. Let's wait. No, literally had that conversation, and within like 2 to 3 days later, we was dealing with the creditor to check. We checked our credit ourselves, and we got with the credit repair company instantly.
Okay. So you guys saw the value in paying for a credit repair company to get you where
Mhm.
you needed to be so that you can start your process. Because I know a lot of people, that's kind of where people are kind of stuck at right now. A lot of people want to be homeowners, but they're kind of stuck at that place of credit. And of course, I help people individually fix their credit, but then some people, they need a little bit extra, but they don't want to spend the money. So
Mhm.
How did you guys come to the realization of, there's value here in us paying someone to help us to get where we need to be?
We knew we didn't have all the answers, and we knew we wanted to strike the best way. And when I say strike, I mean we knew that we wanted to become homeowners. So we knew that we needed assistance along the road. Yes, we could do some of the lead work, but why not get with an expert to help see it through? So that way we can help
Mhm.
make our journey a little bit easier. So with that, it helped navigate our journey. And it just, you feel a little bit more confident, like, okay, I was doing it right. But when someone else come in, they can show you different avenues that you might not notice yourself to do. And also we did the rent reporters, got it to where we was having our rent reported too on our credit, because like I said,
Mm.
other than that was a boost that helped as well. So the credit wasn't really bad for us, so that was a blessing on our end.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just knew
Yeah.
what we wanted to, and it
Okay.
took a lot.
Okay. Um, so you guys got your credit where you needed it to be.
Hmm.
Then what was the next step after that? Did you then talk to a mortgage lender, or did you talk to a real estate agent to figure out what was your next step and then to figure out which route you wanted to go?
My husband, what happened? We started looking for houses. Honestly, we started looking at places, amongst ourselves. Once we figured, okay, our credit is good, we started looking. So when
Mhm.
we took it upon ourselves to look at a house that we liked, that we saw in Norfolk. Um, and when we was there, we actually ran into a realtor. And I don't know, Angela Grace, who is the
Okay.
delegate now, City of Norfolk, actually ran into her while looking
Yes, I know
at
her.
the place.
Mhm.
So we spoke with her, and she was like, and she's, I'm a realtor. So it was kind of this like, almost like fate. Like, wow. So we met with
Mhm.
her, and, filled her out a little bit, and then was like, okay, okay. And so it just kind of went from there. Everything just kind of fell in place from that
Okay.
standpoint.
So then once you spoke to Miss Grace, which I know Miss Grace, she's an excellent agent in this area. Um, I guess what, because now people, want to know, okay, new construction versus already built. Like, how did you guys want to go with new construction?
Personally, I was looking for an older model. That's what I wanted. I didn't want new construction.
Mm-hmm.
So after all the older homes,
Okay.
home frame, because my mom has an older home, and the structure, you just don't get that no more. Right. So that was my target, and I kept
Right.
falling on my that was it was just, a lot of deals. We ran into a house that was a foreclosure. They wasn't fixing it no more. We ran into another foreclosure. Then it was a house that we did like. It was under contract. So we ran into that a lot. And then I seen something online that wasn't built yet. And I remembered the address. And so I talked to because once you get turned down so much, you're like, okay, I did see something. I don't see it no more. It was a advertisement about a house. They said it was going to build it. I don't see it anymore, but here was the address. So she kept reaching out, trying to figure out, like, where did this come from? I don't see nothing online about it. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody called her back. Finally.
It was like a cement pile of dirt. It was just it was
Yeah,
dirt.
it was nothing here. This was just dirt. It was nothing here. So her back on it and was like, if we want it,
They set us a lot and build it up. It
yeah.
was this home. They was doing like projects where they would do like, because they had lots. They got lots everywhere. You buy a lot from us, we'll build on it. And they kind of was like doing a package with equity, where you would gain equity instantly once they started building, because of the time. Like I said, it was pandemic time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a different world. The rates were super low, and People were just super uncertain about what was the next place, so they were just trying to like give you, you know, if you was building, they was giving you like, look, just to get the money, like, look, we'll do this, get their money back, because they just was, it was uncertainty. And the moment they built it, we was it 2020? It was like August they started. Either it was sometime in 2020 they started building, but they ran out of supplies because of the stuff with Donald Trump. So it was just a different world then. But it was more bang for your bucks when you got when you build, because that's the one time it got to be perfect. Like everything got to be flawless. Like, and you got to accept it. You be like, nah, I don't like the window messed up, or this supposed to be new, or why is the water coming out this way? And you know, they'll get on it.
Yeah. So I want to go back to something you said, because I know people are going to have questions about this. Because sometimes with new construction, you can buy them, they're brand new, they just, and you buy them like that. But you guys said that it was just a pile of dirt there, and you had to buy the lot first. So tell us, so I guess a little bit more. So did you purchase the lot, then you had to pay for them to build a house, or was it a combination package where you bought the land and the house for one price, or did you have to do two transactions?
It was a combo.
Combination.
Yeah, it was a combo.
It was like a compound purchase.
Yeah.
Compounded.
The guys telling you about they got so many lots. Like they were just literally buying up lots to build on. They had this project and they had like 4 projects they was simultaneously. So they was doing like combos, like buy build. You know what I'm saying? The lot, well, I think the lot was like what, 15, 20, and then whatever. But it was a combination deal.
Okay, good. So you just paid for everything alone. You didn't have to purchase the lot and close on that, and then build the house. Okay. Like that's good. We just wanted to clarify, because I had questions I know people have questions about that. About land. You say what?
Yeah, the realtor didn't even know. My wife's, it was dirt. Like they literally, there wasn't no address for this. It was even when you Googled it, it was just nothing.
So I feel like it was tailor made for us, because it was nothing was existing anymore.
Yeah.
At time and remembered it, but that's after just times of being rejected. I was like, well, let me just go back and try this, and I didn't want to do bill at all. No.
So how long did the process take from I guess putting your contract in on the dirt to you guys closing? To you guys closing, like how long was it?
It's before I hit him.
It took a lot. It took longer than expected, because like
almost a year.
When they building houses now, like they got teams, like it's just they fabricate everything so quick. So it's like they might have like, once they get the actual frame down, they might have like 3 people running the house, electrician, plumber, everything like, you know, going, you know, consecutive right at the same time. So the thing that slowed us up, like I told you before a little bit about it, was the pandemic. It was like hard to get supplies and stuff.
That'll back up on supply orders.
And that actually hurt our interest rate, because we had to redo something. I forgot what it was, but it wasn't too bad, because like I said, it was low at the time.
9 months.
Yeah, because you probably had to wait for it to come out in city inspections and give you the certificate of occupancy and all that stuff like that too. Probably had to wait on all that. So okay, all right. So so I guess what was I don't know, maybe you answered the question already, but what was your least enjoyable part of the home buying process?
What was what?
The thing we didn't care for, the thing we didn't like the most. I guess sometimes the wait, bringing more documentations over, bringing more stubs, bringing more this, rerunning numbers.
You can't buy nothing.
Then you can't buy anything.
And they got like it's like a 90
Oodles and
days.
noodles.
They can pull your credit. It only count for one time, but it's like for 90 days or something. But it's like they don't buy, don't rent nothing, don't, because you know you're going somewhere new, so you want good furniture. You want it to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Because it's first time using the bathroom in there. You gonna be the first one ever. So it's like you want it to be, But
That's hard though. Like
yeah,
that was really hard because
Mhm.
every dollar was accounted for. Every you never your money was never under such microscope
right.
for that time frame, and you had to
Mhm.
uphold. And sometimes you just wanted to just you wanted maybe to shop for stress, and you couldn't. So it taught you a lot, and it was very grounding, and
You could,
you gonna budget.
you could,
It made
cause
you budget,
cause she did. But what it was,
not too much.
it'll be like,
How you gonna try to throw her under the bus?
Not
no, I'm not saying because she was pregnant. So like, what I mean. You know how, but certain,
Period.
but it's just fortunate you got a thinking partner, and it's like, you know, if you're going to buy something, buy cash. That's what I'm basically saying. If it's within means of your budget, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Try to go cheap and try to put it on
Yeah, and
level.
I'm glad I said right, and I'm glad y'all said that. I'm so glad y'all said that because I clients hard about that. They be so mad at me because I tell them you cannot spend any money. Like I said, every dollar has to be accounted for. We don't know how much you have to bring to the table for closing, so you have it on your hands. And they'll say, "Well, I had a trip coming up." Well, you ain't going on that trip. So
no, that's
and I be watching their social pages like, oh, what you got? What you just go buy? I know you ain't just go buy that. So they be mad at me because I be watching, but it's
but
important, like you said. So I'm glad you guys did mention that because it is very vital that you stick to your budget when you're when you're contract, especially because you don't know what that final number is going to be. You got to bring to the table at the end.
And it's better to have over and
under.
not needed than to have under and try to figure out because they go cone do it. They're like, where
Yeah.
that $5,000 come from?
Mhm.
They like they ordered it and cone you.
Oh yes.
So it's one of the things.
Yes, they do.
And it's, believe it or not, though,
So what was the most
I was gonna say it's not such a. It seemed like it's a scarier process than what it really is. But just with a little bit of discipline, it's not as bad. As long as you got somebody who professional and go walk you through it, it's very obtainable. And I recommend it to anybody. Like, get your feet wet. Just try it. See what you need. At least you'll have like a checklist or whatever that you can kind of like use as a navigational point. Like, look, it might not happen in the next 4 months. Look, I can knock this down in 4 months. Check, 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 and then it's like,
And I think thing is starting outside of yourself, because you can have that goal for yourself, but you may get discouraged. It's when you actually communicate with somebody who's going to reinforce that goal, who's going to, just, give you pointers, educate you on certain things. It's that's when, I think the process become a lot easier, and it becomes more realer to obtain, your goal and what you want
you'll be
to become
surprised.
homeowners.
You'll be surprised what programs they got that assist you. Like it ain't no perfect. It. You say how it's all the time. It ain't really no perfect. Scenario. Just see what you're working with.
And see it through.
Right. So that leads me. So then
You
that
gonna
leads into my next question that everybody want to know about is: did you guys use any, especially with getting new construction? Did you guys use any first-time home buyer programs to help you with your purchase of your new construction home? Like, did you get down payment assistance or closing cost assistance, anything like that?
no, we didn't have
this particular our scenario. We didn't get it. I didn't qualify for it. It was programs that you can get, but we didn't. That one we didn't get a chance to use, but it is out there. It is available. And
Okay.
yeah, it was just a situation where we didn't down the builder did include closing costs in our well,
I forgot what it's
yeah,
called.
in the final thing they kind of, cause remember I told y'all
Yeah.
that delayed us with they messed our APR when they delayed us. So they took like, what, we'll throw the closing costs in there. I forgot exactly. I can't think. But yeah, we didn't qualify for the program, but we did get the closing costs included. And we they waived that for us, I guess. Maybe that's the right word to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and I'm glad you did say that too about not qualifying, because a lot of people think that just because you are a first time home buyer that you just automatically get this free money. And it doesn't work like that. You have to qualify for the program. So I'm glad you made that a point to say that that there was programs available, but you didn't qualify. So I would throw that out. But going back to what you were saying about repair, so with the home, a lot of times we encourage buyers to get a home warranty. Were you guys given a home warranty with your new construction home to cover? Because I know using new construction homes, you get a 1-year warranty, and to cover anything over the first year. So did you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like 1 year, y'all.
Okay.
For the most part, yeah.
So after that 1 year, did you guys renew it or get another one?
Yes.
With with a lot of stuff, because for the majority, like you want to kind of get the warranty on like your appliance and stuff. They use a lot of modern pipes and stuff, so that water heater and stuff, all that stuff is like real modern. So, so it's like you gonna get way more life out of that. But like your appliance and stuff, But the wear and tear, like basic stuff, wear and tear, like door handles and stuff, that stuff you can do it yourself.
Right. So in the 3 years you guys have been there, have you had to do any repairs or upgrades, anything while you've been there the last 3 years?
The door handle, because he locked the door. One of the kids locked the door. Yeah. So he had to take the door handle off.
They had a good lock on it. You couldn't just get it open.
Yeah. So, couldn't pop it open.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's good. That's a good safety thing.
Yeah. When really ain't nothing else. We did some painting, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh yeah, we changed. When we first got here, we changed the door to electronic door. We took that. Door.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's with the 80 security system, but other than that, no. Nothing else.
Okay. And also too, back to when they were building your home, were you guys able to pick out any of the finishing, like the paint colors, flooring, appliances? Were y'all able to do those things too?
Yes.
Yep. You pick out floors. You pick out your
picked out the floors,
your
the roof, type of siding, granite countertops, light fixtures,
carpet.
Yeah, carpet. What else did we pick out? Can't remember. Sorry, looking around.
Yeah, the outside of the front porch, the siding. Then you can get grade A. You can keep going up in grades. You just got to pay more, but you can pretty much
pick what you want.
You can do marble if your money right. You can just keep upgrading. Hot tubs, whatever. They'll put it in there for you. They'll get it done.
You got to pay for it.
It ain't gonna be part of your FHA or whatever. But
you gonna pay for it.
Right. Okay, guys. Well, we're coming to the end of our interview, and you guys have shared some great information, very valuable information. And I just want you guys to leave off with telling us, what would you say is the importance for you guys of being homeowners?
Just having something, I think having something for your family, something you can kind of control yourself, kind of what you could do with it as well, versus renter. As a renter, you're limited on what you can do because it's not yours. Um,
I agree with you. Yeah, generational wealth.
mm-hmm.
It's a
And
start,
once,
especially if you got family. It's a start. You know, it's a start.
mm-hmm.
Majority of successful and wealthy people that they started with real estate at some point, whether it was passed down or left with them. So
Mhm.
I just encourage everybody. I don't care about what your background is. Start looking at homes as banks because you actually putting into something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good habit of I guess like saving, and it's passing it on to your a generation after you because like you might pay 300,000 and when you're done paying it off, you might have paid off whatever, but that property is going to be worth way more than what you
Mm-hmm.
initially started, and you can leave
Something
it.
within a
It's
family.
like she said, like for the family
And
generation.
also something to use as like a tool, some type of asset that you can actually use or maybe pull from to start on another
Something else.
asset or another business or something else
It's a
that
form
may
of
be,
collateral.
yeah.
Collateral.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome. So, and I also love the fact too that you guys are a young family. Your children growing up in a home, and that definitely makes a difference as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know for me, I didn't grow up in a home, so it kind of makes a difference of your viewpoint sometimes in life and the possibility when you already know. My parents already showed me that how we can build wealth already at an early age. So they get it already early as opposed to, us, getting it whenever we got it in our adulthood. So you guys are
Mm-hmm.
already making a difference. And I think that's beautiful. And bless y'all family.
Thank
Appreciate that.
you.
No problem. So anything else before anything last comments you want to say to the folks watching?
I just want to tell anybody that has buying a house on their mind or who feel like it's far fetched. Speak to somebody. And that's the main thing. Just become active. Be active at it. That's it.
And the process is not that hard. Be informative. I think the narrative changed a whole lot now because information is just microwave. Like if you don't want to know something, it's probably because you don't want to know it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what you do, where you from, what you into. If it's very informative, you know what I'm saying, and even you with your podcast and with all the various avenues and information you share. So
It's out there.
it's very
Thank you.
accessible. You know
Like I
what I mean?
said, just pretty much be active. Just get active in whatever you're trying to do. Don't, no matter what type of doubt you have, because sometimes you may look at, I would never have a house. It's so much. You feel like you need so much to have it. And actually, some people are actually closer to it than they
Very close.
think. So I
Mm-hmm.
just encourage them to get out and speak to someone so they can sit down and review with you what you have, where you're at, and where you need to be.
And well, I don't know if I should say that, but I was going. Man. I was just gonna say about.
Go ahead, tell me.
I was gonna say like you don't always have to like we did a home we was living in, single family home. But you can also your first home can be like a commercial property where you stay on one side
Mm-hmm.
and you rent the other side out, and it can spearhead your investment stage. You know what I mean? So
Go for it.
you don't just start looking at it differently. Look at it as like an investment in a bank. That's why I tell everybody like because
Mm-hmm.
you go be paying. I know rent. I can't imagine what rent is now, but I'm just gonna say like 1,100 a month for like a 2 bedroom maybe.
It's way more.
That's probably is,
No.
but
No. No, I ain't getting no 1,100 for no 2 2 bed, $1,400 now for a 2-bedroom.
Well,
Depending on where you
the
are.
crime is, yeah. So just with those numbers, you looking at what, like 17, 18,000 a year. And you look at it, it ain't nothing for you to wake up and been somewhere 3-4 years.
Yep, and all that money is gone. You know, you don't get that back. You can't invest. You can't do anything with that.
But
Right.
kind of tear the thing up. Just stay informative, stay active, and just kind of, like she said, I guarantee you probably, some of your viewers, y'all probably that ain't, took the journey yet, or just, you probably 87% close to where you need to be. It's probably just like a little bit of debt or a little bit of something that can get the ball rolling and change the dynamic of how you view the process.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. So much. I love seeing you guys, a black couple, black love.
Black love.
Showing it, black love. Showing us that, we're us single moms, we the only one out here buying houses. We got families out here purchasing homes. So thank you guys so much. And that will conclude our episode of Behind the Soul as told by home buyers.